In this video, we'll break down every major Separatist battle droid model you saw, and some you might have missed. So let's just dive into it. B1 Battle Droid. We're starting with the most common and recognizable, the B1 Battle Droid. Mass-produced and cost-effective, these droids were used in massive numbers to overwhelm enemies. But their cheap design meant they were often clumsy, easily confused, and poor in hand-to-hand combat. Their programming relied on central command signals, making them vulnerable if that signal was lost. Despite their reputation for comic ineptitude, in large enough numbers they could still pose a serious threat, especially when coordinated by tactical droids. They were easy to replace and manufacture, which made them ideal for prolonged wars of attrition. Their iconic voices and dialogue also made them a favorite among fans. Droideka. Known as destroyer droids or droidekas, these rolling terrors were heavily armed and protected by personal energy shields. Capable of folding into a wheel-like shape for rapid deployment, they were devastating against Jedi and infantry alike. Their twin blaster cannons and shield technology made them extremely difficult to take down, often requiring clone troops or Jedi to work together just to survive their onslaught. Few weapons could penetrate their shields, making them a symbol of Separatist brute force and high-tech intimidation. However, their expensive production cost and limited mobility while deployed meant they were often used in more specialized, defensive roles rather than open field battles. Their eerie sound design also added to their fear factor. B2 Super Battle Droid. An upgrade to the standard B1, the B2 Super Battle Droid didn't rely on a central control computer and came with thicker armor and built-in arm cannons. While still mass-produced, they were much tougher and more autonomous, making them effective frontline units, especially in urban or close-quarters environments. They lacked the voice modules of B1s, which made them quieter and more imposing, and were frequently seen storming enemy trenches or securing objectives. Some B2 units were later upgraded with wrist rockets and other modular enhancements, making them even more lethal on the battlefield. Their imposing, bulky design made them ideal shock troopers. Crab Droid. Crab droids resembled mechanical crustaceans and were designed for rough terrain. Armed with blasters and sharp appendages, they excelled in close combat and were frequently seen in battles like the one on Utapau during Revenge of the Sith. Their multiple legs and low center of gravity made them highly stable in battle, especially in narrow or unstable environments. They often scuttled in large groups to overwhelm defenders with sudden, skittering assaults. Their clawed limbs could also be used to tear through enemy armor or barriers. Spider Droid. Two common types of spider droids were deployed. Dwarf spider droids, small and equipped with powerful laser cannons, and the towering OG-9 homing spider droids. These multi-legged machines could traverse tough terrain and were often used to destroy enemy vehicles or fortifications. With rotating turrets and reinforced legs, they could withstand heavy fire and deliver punishing blows to Republic armor. The OG-9's central eye acted as both a sensor and a targeting system, giving it high battlefield awareness. These droids were often deployed during sieges or as heavy artillery support. Sharpshooter Droid. Sharpshooter droids, also known as BX series commando droid snipers, specialized in long-range assassination and precision targeting. These droids featured advanced optics and training in stealth operations, making them perfect for picking off high-value targets and commanders. Their programming included adaptive behavior, allowing them to reposition, track targets silently, and operate independently behind enemy lines. They often worked in tandem with infiltration units, softening up defenses before a larger assault. Their ability to mimic organic tactics made them especially dangerous against clones. Aqua Droid. Aqua droids were specialized units designed for underwater combat. Deployed on worlds like Mon Cala, they had amphibious builds, laser weaponry, and the ability to operate under extreme pressure. Their rotating limbs and torpedo launchers made them lethal opponents in submerged environments, capable of engaging both enemy divers and aquatic vehicles. Their collapsible design allowed for easy transport via dropships, and they could survive indefinitely in hostile water conditions. They were critical during the Mon Calamari resistance. Retail droid. While not a frontline unit, retail droids were often civilian-use droids repurposed for war or intelligence gathering. Some models were outfitted with weapons or surveillance equipment. In occupied cities, these droids were sometimes used to blend in with locals, gather intel, or even coordinate behind-the-scenes sabotage. Their inconspicuous appearance made them ideal for black ops or psychological warfare. Some were even used as walking bombs or message couriers in crowded zones. Magnaguard. IG-100. Magnaguards were elite combat droids personally assigned to General Grievous. Fast, durable, and skilled in melee combat, they wielded electrostaffs that could block lightsaber attacks. Their programming allowed them to keep fighting even after losing limbs, or even their heads. Unlike most droids, they could think tactically and adapt to Jedi fighting styles. They were known for flanking Jedi during duels, or distracting them long enough for Grievous to strike. Their skeletal, cloak-wearing design added to their mystique and intimidation. Killer droid. The term killer droid refers to highly lethal, sometimes rogue droids designed specifically for assassination or mass killing. These were often deployed against civilian targets or Jedi and could include stealth tech, toxins, or hidden weaponry. Their sole purpose was destruction, and many operated with minimal oversight, making them both efficient and dangerous liabilities. They were usually deployed in high-risk, deniable operations, where failure wasn't an option. Some killer droids even developed rogue AI, turning them into unpredictable threats. Lightsaber droid. Some experimental droids, like the training droids used to mimic Jedi, were programmed to use lightsabers. These units weren't common, but were often used to train magnaguards or assassinate Jedi by mimicking their combat style, though they rarely matched a true Force user. In some rare cases, they were equipped with multiple lightsabers or mechanical enhancements to compensate for the lack of Force sensitivity. Many were built with predictive combat software to simulate Jedi reflexes, but they lacked the intuition of a living warrior. Their primary use remained in training or ambush scenarios. Assassin droid. Separatist assassin droids were covert units trained in infiltration, disguise, and silent takedowns. Some were capable of mimicking human behavior, using holograms or infiltration gear. They were often sent deep behind enemy lines, and many were equipped with cloaking devices or self-destruct functions to ensure their missions remained classified, even in failure. They often targeted Republic generals, Jedi, or senators, and sometimes operated autonomously for weeks or months. Their effectiveness made them a favorite tool for Sith-led Black Ops. Demolition droid. Demolition droids specialized in sabotage. These units carried explosive payloads or functioned as walking bombs themselves. They were used to breach enemy defenses or sabotage critical Republic infrastructure, especially during surprise raids or space station infiltrations. Some were disguised as common maintenance droids, sneaking behind lines before detonating. Their sacrifice was often timed with coordinated attacks for maximum chaos. Probe droid. Probe droids were designed for reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition. Often used to scout ahead or track Jedi movements, these droids weren't built for combat, but their data was critical for strategic planning and ambushes. Some models had built-in communication jammers or signal beacons to call in artillery or reinforcements. They often worked in tandem with assassin droids or airstrikes, making them essential for long-range campaigns. Their quiet buzzing and floating presence became an omen of coming doom. Legionnaire droid. Legionnaire droids were used in larger formations and often led squads or platoons. These were smarter, more armored than regular B-1s, and occasionally integrated with tactical AI, making them effective in leading robotic assaults. Their advanced processors made them capable of adapting to rapidly changing battlefield conditions. Some versions even had limited command autonomy, capable of directing operations if their tactical droid commanders were destroyed. They bridged the gap between drone and commander. From the cannon fodder of the B-1s to the unrelenting force of droidekas and the precision of assassin units, the Separatist army was more than just metal and circuits. It was a diverse machine of war, designed for total galactic domination. Each model served a purpose, contributing to the chaos of the Clone Wars and the rise of the Empire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and force push the notification button.